What is up, dudes? I'm back with a little video. Pretty much, at a standstill. So, just wanted to make a video and see what's up with everyone and what everyone is up to. But this is what I'm up to. I'm pretty much just reviewing the good, the bad, what I like about the Wltoys 14001, and pretty much what I don't like, and everything in between. So let's get going. So one of the good things that I love actually, is how interchangeable the parts are. As far as you could take parts from other models like the 12423, 12428, and it will be compatible to this. Like as far as the knuckles and the axles are compatible. The shocks, like these are the shocks that I use for my A959B, and you use them on here and it will drop the car to the ground. But use the upgraded ones, because if you use the stock ones, no good, no bueno. Your car will be bottoming out like crazy. Look, you see I got a lot of adjustment in this one. These are super stiff. I use them like this because I wanted it, to drift. So the lower the car, the nicer I feel it drifts. So that's a pro. Con is that almost everything that I have ordered for this car either came defective or it didn't quite fit the way it's supposed to be. Like you see these knuckles and C-hubs, I upgraded them, paid for them the whole nine, and it came out that the right side is way so low that it actually hits the spindle here, the spindle that goes side to side. This hits the actual arm in the bottom. You can't mount it. There will be no turning. It will just it stays stuck like straight. So if you're gonna go straight up, yeah, you can put it on, but the A arm does not let the car turn because the arm is defective. And I reached out to the company. They gave me a refund because apparently their whole stock have the same defect. So that is that's a con that I don't like. Also, another con is the ESC. You guys see it is gone. It's gone. That thing was, man, the first time I ran it, it was a little squirrely. I don't know. Then, I don't really do too much of the speed runs like certain people. They like to, just go all full out on these cars. They are great for that. I see the potential, but that's not my flavor. I'm more of like, I like to go to the park and set down my little cones and do like little speed launches and try to control, fishtail launches. That's more my flavor, well, so you guys know. So when the first time that I put it through the ropes and I dropped it and I'm driving it hard, every time I try to go full throttle, right before I reach full throttle, the car will just turn off on its own. And then it will turn back on and go in reverse. But then after I press the trigger a few times, it will just act normal. But that's how I knew the ESC was going. So I started, babying it. That's why I started, drifting. And, because drifting is more of a control slide. So I was like, the drift is going to make it. Did make it last a little longer, but, obviously, like all of us, we all get the itch and we're like, we just want to press it down. Let's go. So, yeah, I press it down. The ESC burnt. So, that's the story of that. And I managed to get it back going with an old ESC. So, that's thumbs down for the ESC. The ESC, stock ESC, thumbs down. I actually seen people on the forums on Facebook and stuff like that, the Wltoys forums. Everybody. I'm talking about some guys that are like, oh, I'm like 20 minutes into my first playing time and my ESC crapped out. So Wltoys, they need to do better. But guys, you can't really complain too much. The entry point, that's the biggest plus, which most of us bought the model because it's so affordable. You know, you get into the game under $100 in most circumstances. So, you know, that's the biggest plus. The entry point to the hobby right now is amazingly low. You know, most people wouldn't even get in the hobby if it wasn't because of WL. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm one of those people. I always been so hesitant to pull the trigger on a big rig because I'm like, this is a toy is gonna break, and you know, even though most people that I see they spend a lot of cash on these WLs, you know, especially those speed runners, they going 4S systems, man. Those things are amazing. I respect those dudes, man. Wow, you put in pretty much in batteries and you know the charging system for those batteries what the car is worth. That is amazing. That's like, you know, when those little Honda Civics was coming out and everybody was putting the turbos and all that stuff. That's what all this stuff reminds me of. Is really, really, really similar to that. So, you know, as far as the RC enthusiast, that's a very thumbs up for me. So that's one of the biggest plus, the entry point. So back to the other stuff. The motor, this motor is ridiculously reliable, ridiculously good. I am not sure how long more it's gonna be because I had it on my 12423 just to see how it was spinning, and it is ridiculously good. When you put it with a better ESC, it actually spins very, very nice. I'm gonna put a Traxxas 12 turn that I got for really, 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 really cheap on eBay. So I'm gonna put this on here with a crawler ESC that I got around, and let's see. It's gonna be fun because now all I need is to get my hands on actually upgraded C-Hub so that I could finally have, you know, the way that I have my A959, which, you know, I finally got it to handle once I got those things together. And this one is a dream. For being an A959B is, I've seen everybody's, you know, buggy squirrel crazy. Mine is pretty straight. I could get it going pretty straight most of the time. But back to this guy. Once I get this C-Hub, I will be happy. So as far as the suspension and handling, this is by far the best handling Wltoys, by far, that I've seen. It doesn't crazy flip over, and actually, this thing actually wheelies for under $100, guys. Come on, $100. Then let's see. Another thing, the servo. The servo, when you want to upgrade, you have to upgrade the servo. And I got this one. It was recommended in a forum. And I do not want to Frankenstein this thing in there because it's going to be more like drilling and stuff. I don't want to drill into the damn frame. So I'm just going to leave it alone. And I'm going to get the JX. I think the JX 1181, I believe, is the servo. I'm just gonna wait my month like everyone else, and once it gets here, I install it and it's gonna be all kosher. We're gonna have the T12 Traxxas system in here with the crawler system, and I'm gonna get a different set of hot racing shocks because I wanna put these back on my A959B, and I'm gonna get probably a couple of millimeters. This has like 68 millimeters, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go 70. That way it's not crazy drop. And you could corner a little bit better. Because right now this thing going straight is a beast. Going straight with the lower suspension like that it goes straight as an arrow, guys. So that's a plus. So I'm gonna get a little taller shocks. It's gonna probably bring the suspension a little bit more up. Make it more, you know, a little bit more travel, if you know, for say, and you could corner a little better because, you know, it's gonna let the suspension travel, you know, transfer the weight around, and you know, you can get around the corners. It's pretty fun. So that's pretty much for now. And actually a plus too is the battery tray. Woo, for everybody that love to do those personal the PBs with the mile per hour, man. Those dudes, they be putting these batteries and then they got the battery trays to the side. So that's a plus because guys, if you wanna get those crazy speed runs, you go on these Facebook groups. These guys, they sell the plate that go across. I'm not sure the guy's name, but he got this beefy, like, black one. That thing looks like the Batmobile. I don't know how fast his goes, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those guys that's up there. Because he definitely got the power to go fast. So, not much else. Everything else is pretty solid. The linkage to the turning is pretty solid. Actually, no. Another complaint. This is the main complaint. These arms right here in the back, there's a pile of like different mulch that people take up, and you know, I like to go there because it looks cool when you corner. And I hit the side of a mulch pile, which wasn't even packed, and this arm went flying, and so did this one, just from cornering real quick. And I wish that this thing was here, like maybe with a screw that have like a ball joint system. Maybe change the end for ones that are like the universal ones, because the screw is actually the ball end, the joint. So maybe one that has a screw instead of this open ended, because these little arms on the hard cornering and the wheels, even if you tighten them, they still have a little play. These are all around with the aluminum hubs. I actually ordered another pair because the ones that are on there are pretty worn. They're from another project. So these, they're equipped with these, and they still kind of wiggly. So, you know, when under hard cornering and the shocks are tight, these will fly off, guys. So that's a no-no. Was not too thrilled about that, because even though these are, you know, pretty little cheap linkage, if you want to get the replacement, you have to buy the entire set, and it's like $15 plus shipping. And you know, I didn't want to pay all that, especially I lost it on a pile of mulch. It was not fun. I didn't even attempt to look for them. It was already kind of dark, so I just gave up, and I was like, well, that little ride cost me, you know, $20. So, well, not much more, guys. I'm pretty much happy with everything else. Everything came grease, if you guys wanted to ask. Everything did come grease. I got everything apart, and I use this as my magnet, you know, for the screws. That way I know I'm not going to lose them, because I have other things coming around. And I'm not sure. I might be getting another one of these so that I could do speed runs with. But this one is definitely my drifter cornering deal. So I'm gonna see. Maybe did one that. But let's see how the 12th turns out. Because if it's pretty fast, then I might go into the speed business. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see, because that looks kind of fun. If I had flat roads to do those speed runs, trust me, guys, I would. Over here, though, these roads are not that good for that kind of thing. So, you know, that's why I haven't attempted yet. So, well, guys, that's everything I got for now, because, you know, everything else pretty much we went over. As far as suspension, as far as, you know, the little upgrades that I was able to do. There's other upgrades that there is to do, but I don't want to do it because it's going to add weight to the car, and then the car is not that fun when it's heavy. I've done that to other little, you know, buggies, and no, it's not fun. Once you put all the metal pieces, all it does is makes the motor, you know, look what it is. It's going to be like, hey, dude, I'm not built for this. You know, trust me, it's not as fun when it gets all heavy with the metal pieces. So, you know, keep a good balance. This is the balance that worked for me. It might not work for you guys. So, that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. Have a good one. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. You know, wash your hands, be cool, and keep on bashing, dudes. Later.